Hi everyone. So this is gonna be a total different interview from what we've been doing recently, but this was really interesting. Like, let's say 4 or 5 weeks ago, my son was here, and I was like, of course, we're always trying to see what your kids are talking about, and I just kind of heard that he was having a conversation with some friend here at the gym about money, about business, while they were working out, and I was just like, what the hell? How old are these kids? What are they talking about? And this is interesting because it's just like I got the feeling that the younger generations are like more trying to make more money, and they do it younger, and this was like very very interesting. So today I'm with Aral. Hi Aral, how are you?
Hi, Danny. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm like super happy you're here. And again, I was talking about age and my son and everything. How old are you?
I am 25.
25-year-olds. And you know what, I'm going to start this with this big question: how much do you make a year?
The IRS isn't watching this, right?
Well, I do not know that.
Let's just say in the seven figures, like million three, 1,300,000, something like that.
See, and he's
Edit
25
that
and
out.
he's making this money. And I was like, oh my God, where in the world does he get to make all of this money? What is he doing? And how did he get into it? So, like, a lot of questions I have today. So, just like, what age did you start working?
Pretty much. I mean, I've worked most of my life. I worked since I was 16 when I was in high school. And funny story,
How did you start working at 16?
pretty much, I wanted to buy video games.
Oh,
And I didn't
okay.
have video game money. So I'm like, you know what? I have all these toys and I have all these extras in my room that I didn't need. I'm like, you know what? Let me just get on eBay. Let me just start selling these. I might make a couple bucks back. And I did that. I realized this actually works. Let me find more stuff. Let me start sourcing. So I started going to thrift stores. I started going to yard sales. I started getting more stuff. And it just became an obsession. I just wanted to do it again and again and again and again. Then I realized I was making more than my teachers. I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized I could get into the world of what's called Amazon FBA. This was before COVID, so a lot of people
What age
didn't.
were you by then?
I was 18, like
18.
right after high school. And
Okay.
then my mom was like,
Were you living by yourself by then, or you were still living with your
I
parents?
was with my mom.
Oh,
And
okay.
then she was like, oh, you have to go to college. You have to go to college. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll go to college. And I was going to college. And then in the meanwhile, I was so focused on just building my business. And then at the time, I was also doing bricklaying. For those that know, that's the marketplace for like the marketplace for Legos. You get your minifigures, your pieces, like anything you want that's Lego related, you could get it from there. And I was just going after that. Like I was just attacking, those marketplaces. There's just so many other things that I was trying to do at once. So much.
And by
And
then, did you get into fitness? Because I see you work out a lot. So how did that come with it? Did you start going when you were 16? And did it help you in some ways?
definitely, I've worked out most of my life. I mean, I've been working out since I was 13 years old.
What were you doing by 13?
Just the bro stuff, the typical Arnold stuff. I
Okay.
was just looking at the big guy, the biggest guys, the scary big teddy bears. I was looking at them, and I was just doing the stuff that they were doing.
So while you were at 18 doing like, oh, you're starting your business and going to college, were you starting already? Were you doing your what were you doing your business? Were you working out or not yet?
Of course, I was working out. Like
Okay.
it's just that'd be criminal to skip working out. Like working out was the reason that I was already feeling great, and I was waking up at like 5 a.m. every day. I was so energized. With the people that didn't, they were just sluggish. They were just wanting to sleep in. It was like, like, so I have to work out. You know how you brush your teeth, you take your shower, you have your meals. Working out and having structure is a part of your day.
I like
It's
that. So it
essential.
gave you structure. So you're telling us you were at 18, you were building your business. And how did that go growing until now?
So pretty much, I was still in college, like I said, quote unquote, and I was focusing on Amazon FBA. And then we had this lovely event called COVID. Everything shut down, and this was the opportunity of my lifetime. When people were trying to stock up on toilet paper, I was also stocking up on toilet paper. But I was the one that was helping those people stock up on toilet paper and the hand sanitizer and the masks. So I was the one that was pretty much buying up all the masks, all the hand sanitizer, all the non-perishable foods, and I was reselling them on Amazon. And because we have a lovely country called the United States of America,
Everyone was buying
capitalism.
offline. Yeah, no, and everyone, of course, nobody wanted to go to the supermarkets or so. So, I mean, that was a very smart move as well.
No,
So during COVID, that was mainly your activity. What else were you doing?
pretty much. We didn't have gyms, as you can know, everything was shut down.
Were you working out at home?
So we developed what's called a jungle gym. This is pretty funny.
What's the jungle gym? That's
We,
interesting.
let me tell you, we went to Home Depot.
Okay.
We got cinder blocks.
When you say we, how many people are you talking about?
3 of my friends
Okay.
that were my neighbors.
Okay.
We had buckets, we had cinder blocks, we got rope, we got sticks, and we had sand. So we would go to the playground. I lived in Delray Beach at the time. We would hang the ropes, we would put the bucket, the cinder blocks, we would make tricep pushdowns, we would do bicep curls. We would basically have 2 pieces of rope and 2 pieces of cinder block. We would tie it in such a way. We could do flies, we could do back pulls, we could do up, and then we could do like so many other moves. We even developed like sticks with buckets so we could do squats.
So you got really creative. So that tells me you have a very creative personality as well. So then, like, you were doing all of that, COVID was gone. Then, how was your life starting again?
So pretty much, I was already doing that during COVID. And when the economy opened up again, people started to get into Amazon FBA a lot more. So it was a lot more competitive. It was a lot more difficult to actually go forward with that industry. So I had to find other ways. I realized my margins were just slimming and slimming and slimming and slimming. So I had the opportunity to get into the residential solar industry back in 2022. In fact, I met the guy at Redcon One Gym here at the time, and he was like, "Oh, you should come work with me. Basically, we make this every deal. You don't have to spend any money. All you have to do is talk to people, have a smile, and you just have to have the drive to do it." I'm like, you know what? Let me give this 1 week.
Oh, so you said 1 week. You had like a very short time. So, okay.
I did. I gave it 1 week, and I realized I could actually make more in 1 week than when I make a month on Amazon doing all that labor and the work and the packing. I'm like, you know what? What was I doing with my life? Before that, what was I doing with my life? And then, so that was one of the aha moments I had. I realized that we have to have an open mind and we have to be students. We can't be stubborn enough to be like, oh, I know this one thing, I'm doing this right. I'm not going to listen to anyone else. Like, we always have to be students is what I've learned. That's the biggest takeaway I had in life, was a student mindset for sure. And the willingness to accept change and do it. For sure.
I love that. So I heard you many times when we were talking about like gym life and everything, that you had the feeling that all the people that have the commitment to go work out and wake up, come to the gym, do their cardio and whatever, have a lot of possibilities to grow in any industry they want, and that you have the feeling that everyone is like not spending that ability in a great way. So I would like you to tell me more about how would you feel the persons that like come and their life is working out could do better?
Definitely, most definitely.
How would you say they could do it?
Yeah, so pretty much I see so many young guys, they're in phenomenal shape. They look up to so many fitness influencers. They
Like
show
we
up
all do.
consistently. Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely. Though the one piece that is missing from many of the younger guys,
Younger, what ages are you talking?
from 16 to 30 particularly,
Okay.
is they want to show up to the gym. They just want to be quote unquote gym bros. I love my gym bros, don't get me wrong. Though they have all these aspirations. They see so many of these fitness influencers. They have all the nice cars. They have all the nice, homes. They have all the nice watches and everything. Though they keep dreaming and dreaming of hopefully one day trying to accomplish those things without the structure. So what I believe a lot of people can do is start on developing their mindset, to have a positive outlook, to be open to understanding new opportunities, to determine what exactly they want, and then develop the knowledge base, and then take action. Now, this could be by developing your own brand, which a lot of young people are doing, I notice. They do social media. They can learn a skill set to develop their own courses, because a lot of fit people, they could teach so many others, because believe it or not, we're the 1% of the world that show up to the gym. And many people that come to the gym, the newbies, they don't have that knowledge. So they could take their knowledge, they can compile it, and they could sell it as a course. And if they have virtual courses, they could coach so many people, and they can rinse and repeat just one time. Just create a service that's going to help people. And I'm a firm believer in not trying to make money, but trying to help people. Because if you can provide value to people, and if you can make people's lives better, they'll make your life a hell of a lot better.
Absolutely, I
That's what
agree
I've
with you.
realized for sure.
So, what would be the piece of advice that you would give everyone with all your experience since you're 16, so they can start developing that skill and not just sleeping on their dreams?
That's a great question. Determine where you see yourself in 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Develop a roadmap of the time frames of where you want to be and what you plan on having. It's mostly about the small goals and the small nitty bitty details that are often overlooked. A lot of people are like, oh, I want that fancy car. I want to have it now. But they don't focus on the little parts that they have to focus in their life. I believe if we can simply focus on the little details, whether it be, drinking more water, or, going to the gym more, or just even sleeping an extra 2 hours, like a lot of people's lack on sleep.
Yeah, sleep, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a common one, yeah.
And then after that, start looking at what industries do I want to be in, and then try to find the right mentors and the right friend group. For years, I made the mistake of being a lone wolf and not having any friends that were getting after the goals that I was getting after. So I felt left out for
So
years.
how did you change that?
By surrounding myself with people that are succeeding, because the people that are winning in life, the people that have things, they won't put you down. A lot of people, they have friends that put them down. If you think about it, the person that's below that's going to try to drag you down. Everyone's at a level, though. If you want to step up, you have to grab onto the hands of the person that's above so they can pull you up. And that's where I believe having the right circle comes in.
I like that advice. And like right now, I see you're in a very stable stage of your life and everything. And now you're talking about how you see yourself in 2, 10, 5 years, whatever it is. What's your vision from now on? Because I mean, from everything you've been telling us, you're doing like at 25 really good.
No.
So what is it that you're planning to do for the next years that are coming? Because it seems really bright for me, starting that young, right?
Definitely, thank you. Well, it's not just me right now. Right now, I have a team of about 30 guys, and we're hoping to expand our team of soul reps that I have to look after. You have to get to a certain point in life where once you have a certain amount, you have to start mentoring others. It's a cycle of life, so we have to start having pupils and teaching those people to get to where you want to be, because it would be selfish to simply just sit there with all the knowledge and hoard it. So my goal right now is to help many people that want to succeed in, in my case, it's high-ticket sales and solar, to succeed in solar. And a lot of people have these aspirations and they don't succeed in solar. Believe it or not, the retention rate for solar is 20%. And that's because there's so many companies that give these promises. They're like, oh, you're gonna make $10,000 a week. You're gonna make, this much. You're gonna have, you're gonna go to these vacations. We're gonna have all these raffles. We're gonna give you these cars.
What makes you different that you're going to make them do it?
Pretty much, I don't give false promises.
Okay.
And I make sure that we have proper structure, we have proper scripts, we have proper mindset training. I have a meeting with my guys almost every day, 10 a.m. during the day. We have a 4 p.m. meeting, and at night we have a meeting. I want to make sure that every single one of my guys, they have the right mindset, because people that try to succeed often burn themselves out. And a lot of times they don't have someone to look to and like, oh, this is too hard, I can't do this. Because I'm going to be honest with you, most of the store is door to door. And a lot of these guys, they get burnt out. If they knock 100 doors, they might get one yes. Though before they get that one yes, they get 80 no's. That's going to wear them out.
Of course.
Though they're looking for the golden nugget. The goal is to simply filter out all the negativity, all the adversity, and then just focus on the goal. Because at the end of the day, it's a law of averages. Let's say if you were to shoot 100 hoops like a basketball, I can promise you're going to get 2 in.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's how it is, for sure. Yeah,
Statistically, it would work that
definitely.
way. Yeah.
So to wrap this section up, I want to make sure that I give to those that also want to succeed in life. And then, of course, I like having nice things. I just ordered a Cybertruck that's going to come in
That's
in the
amazing.
coming week. Thank you. Yeah. Though at the end of the day, those material things, they don't mean anything if you just hoard those things. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'd rather give to people that really want to learn and really want to get after it. And those young people that are in fitness are already a step ahead, actually 10 steps ahead, because they have the shell, they already have the discipline to be able to structure themselves into the perfect version of themselves. They look great. I'm not going to get into body dysmorphia today. That is a thing, sadly.
That is a
For
thing.
sure.
That's a big
Yes,
deal going
most
on
definitely.
everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Though they have the structure to be able to get after it, because they have the health and the
mind.
hopefully the mindset. Yes. And the mind
Absolutely.
has to be sharpened, and it has to be exercised. So it's crucial to always keep your brain active and always stimulate it in a way. And what do I mean by that? I play like mind games like Sudoku. I play like Blast Block and all that. So I try to keep my brain active every morning. So that's another thing that is often overlooked. If you simply write down where you want to be and your goals, and if you take it one step at a time with structure, I can promise you're going to get there a lot faster than the guy that's just trying to shoot random hoops. Like he's just trying to run in like circles. That's just how it is.
I see that you have the will to help a lot of people. So if there's somebody that is watching this and say, oh my God, I want to give this a shot because I feel I have the discipline and I feel that I can help me, how can they find you?
Well, right now, we had a page called the Solar Tarzan in the past, though we did get hacked, so I did have to shut down. The page was hacked.
Maybe they can,
Yes.
you can leave your Instagram or your phone number.
Yes, so my Instagram is ANN_unchilling_shark91. You can reach out to me there, and I'm willing to do one-on-one coaching with anyone that's interested in working with me. We're in the Broward area, so Broward County, Palm Beach County, and Miami-Dade County. If you live there, reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to give you one-on-one training.
And that'd be great. And for the ones that didn't get it, we're going to put it right here so you can follow him and ask all the
That's
questions you want. And of course, I'd be looking forward to see where you are in 1 year and where you're heading to. So congratulations for everything.
Oh, thank you.
And I bet everyone that is watching is going to get motivated, because when you see somebody that can succeed, you say, okay, if he can, I can try it and do it better, right? So that's really motivating. And thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Danny.
See you
It's been
soon.
amazing. See you soon. Take care now.
Shut it
Did you
down.
cut it off? I don't order a Cybertruck. I actually canceled that order.
What?
I actually canceled the Cybertruck order.